So some things that students learn in this class would be creating effective presentations and not just putting a bunch of words and pictures on slides and running through them. They also create iMovies and learn how to use Photoshop. And we introduce them to a little bit of computer programming so they understand a little bit about coding. I think that they enjoy being able to go back and forth between doing the English stuff and then doing the tech stuff. So it's not always English every time you come in the room, or not always technology. So some students like English more than the tech, some like tech more than English. So we'll actually hear when we start up the class, and I'll say, we're doing tech stuff today, and some of them are like, boo, I want to read. And then when Mrs. O'Neill says that she is doing reading that day or something Englishy, then I can hear my tech kids booing. So I think they like that.
Graphic design is learning how to create signs, banners, posters, vehicle graphics, flyers, and t-shirts. We focus a lot on the Adobe products, Photoshop and Illustrator. Those are industry level programs. If you were to get a job or an internship right out of high school, those are programs you would need.
By design, Project Lead the Way was set up to provide students kind of with some of the other information of what it is like to be an engineer and some of the skills necessary. A lot of the students in engineering tend to be strong in math and science, but they haven't practiced the teamwork, the problem solving, those type of things. So this is something to kind of get them to see what it's like to be an engineer rather than just being good at math and science. Making the boats to go into the pool.
The specific course today is criminal investigations. So what I teach here is from the point that a crime has occurred and an officer is dispatched and we have an investigation that needs to go on beyond the initial officer's arrival, what happens? Whether it be secluding a crime scene, securing it, rendering aid, collecting evidence, processing evidence for courts, interviewing interrogations, drawing crime scenes out, learning how to collect and preserve evidence to take to the crime lab, and preparing documentation for trial in court. We will look at all different aspects of the criminal investigation process.
The course is called Cisco because it is generated from Cisco Corporation in order to help train network engineers who will maintain the backbone of the internet. The course that we offer here is the exact same one that's offered in universities and corporate training centers worldwide. So this is not a course for the faint of heart. I prefer to have only those who are really dedicated.
This is like a real business, so they're learning the actual creating events, talking to the public, so they're actually going out there and doing it. They're looking at prices and costs of different things. One of the biggest projects we do is the Lowell Farmers Market. Last year our marketing class created it and ran it and kind of did all the different aspects of it. So that was probably the biggest project we did.
Beginning automotive class, guys, what have we talked about thus far?
History.
4 strokes, okay, so how the gas and fuel get into the engine. What else?
History.
The history of automotive, and some of those guys are Louis Chevrolet,
Rudolph Diesel.
Rudolph Diesel, okay.
Right now we're focusing on the horticulture science part of agriculture, the natural resources, and the landscaping, which is basically another derivative of the horticulture class. The hort class focuses on plant production, floriculture. The natural resources is looking at environmental concerns, water, species, establishing habitat, and those kinds of things. The landscaping kids, we train them so that they have an understanding of the safety aspects of the machines they're going to operate, the different lawnmowers, edgers, line trimmers.
Well, aerospace engineering was recently added to Lowell High School. It's part of course of Project Lead the Way, And it will deal basically with 4 modules. One of them is the physics of flying and navigation. We then work with different materials that they are using in aerospace. We also work with propulsion. We will also take a good look at what space travel is and orbital mechanics. And if everything goes well, we will end with robotics applications.
Lowell High School has decided to take part in the Quick Click Challenge. This challenge was designed to help kids understand the importance of seatbelt safety. The challenge was created by the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute to offer a fun, interactive, and rewarding way to pass on the importance of wearing a seatbelt.
My Law 2 classes are involved in a Quick Click Challenge. They are the students that are going out currently and writing the parking violations here at Lowell High School. So they have some experience with that. It's part of the traffic investigations course.
When the opportunity arose for Lowell High School to take part in the challenge, Mr. Swanson reached out to the other classes in the school to work together in an unprecedented showing of cross-curricular teamwork.
Other classes that are involved with this would be the auto shop, who is co-chairing this opportunity with us, as well as the design class, the radio and TV course, and also yearbook.
They're helping prepare the car. We got the Ford car in the shop where they're making sure all the seatbelts are working.
Our class collaborated with Mr. Swanson to create the promotional and marketing material for the Quick Click Challenge. We created the flyers announcing when the challenge would be, as well as posters and an animation on seatbelt awareness.
The TV broadcasting class spent a lot of time researching, planning, interviewing, and filming the event as it took place. And ultimately, they put together the video you're watching right now.
The yearbook staff went out and took pictures of the Quick Click Challenge because we wanted them to be a part of our yearbook, and we thought it was such a great opportunity for our students here at LHS.
The teams will first start in the outbound seats of the vehicle. They will rotate clockwise around the vehicle, making sure to click the seatbelt fully. They will rotate 4 times, and when they make it to the last seat, they have completed the challenge. While the concept of the challenge may seem simple, the students of Lowell would soon discover that a mix of speed, precision, and teamwork was the only key to victory. After the rules were explained and the administrators took their spotting positions, the first participants raced to set the bar high. Team after team took their turn in the hot seats, but when the final whistle blew, there was only one group that truly clicked to become Lowell's inaugural champions.
The goal was about hooking up seatbelts, and I think looking at some of the faces of the kids competing, it was almost a shock to them. I'm like, wow, this is a little harder than I thought. When you get in your car casually, you don't really think about it, you just put it on. But when you put it on for speed, and it's also because of that, it's a reminder. A couple of them almost choked themselves trying to get out with it still on.
I thought it was pretty fun personally. It's the first time that we have done this, and I like it, and I hope that we can continue doing it every year from here on out.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It was different from anything I've ever done, so it was a good experience.
It was fun, they had adrenaline going and stuff.
In 2014, Indiana's teenagers were involved in 84 fatal accidents, making up about 12.9% of all drivers involved in collisions. Of those 84 fatal collisions, 29% of teens were not wearing a seatbelt. So before you even think about being in a vehicle without a seatbelt, think twice about how much you're putting yourself in danger.